So here we have sentence number 6, I think, if I remember correctly. And we are going to start, as usual, by marking the brackets at the beginning and at the end. And then we are going to identify the verbs. All right? In this case, we have here a phrasal verb, yes, which is not separated, right? Hold up, yeah. And we can write down here, hold up is a two-place verb which needs subject and direct object, okay? So we will have to identify these two requirements by the verb in the sentence later on, all right? And then we have another phrasal verb here, which is separated, okay? So you have verb phrase, well, head, verb phrase, now I'm going to write it down, and head, verb phrase, okay? You see? This is a characteristic of phrasal verbs. I'm going to complete here. Some phrasal verbs are separable, others are not, okay? This is an instance of a separable phrasal verb, yeah? This is also a separable phrasal verb, but it hasn't been separated, yes? Spread out will require also a subject and a direct object, okay? All right. So we are going to identify here the coordinator. Yeah, we have already analyzed this coordinator. You have the key for that. We have the first pair coordinate there and the expanded coordinate here. All right, and then with the first color, red, we're going to find the subject and the direct object required by this verb. So we will find subject, which is a function, yes, and pronoun, which is category. I write it down there because I don't have much space at the top. And then here we have a predicate, which is function, and verb phrase, which is category, okay? Over here we find the direct object required by the verb, which is a noun phrase, okay? Hand is the head, which is a noun. Right is a pre-modifier, which is an adjective. And then here we have another pre-modifier, which is a possessive adjective. All right? And with this, we have all the constituents required by the verb. Okay? In this case, we will find that the subject has been omitted, yes, and what we are going to do, this is the first time this happens, we are going to write here a T for trace. Yes, the T stands for trace, right, which is where the subject was originally, yeah. In deep structure, you have the subject, and the subject then moves here, yeah, but it leaves a trace, okay? So there is an empty space there that cannot be filled in by any other constituent because there is the trace of the subject that moved to the front of the sentence, all right? You're going to see when we worked with content clauses and non-finite clauses how that the trace starts to make sense, okay? Oh, I'm sorry, my kitty is trying to help me analyze the sentence, but she's never much help. So over here we have the direct object required by spread out. It is a noun phrase too. Yeah, notice that I changed the color to match the one of the verb, yeah, to help me identify the constituents. This is the head, the noun phrase, and again we have here a pre-modifier and a possessive adjective. All right? Now we find that this constituent here is not required by the verb. Okay, so already we can identify this as an adjunct, all right? Not a complement, but an adjunct. And then we have to determine what kind of adjunct it is, yeah? So if he spread his fingers out in a fan, right? This appears to be an adverbial of manner. This is how he did it, yeah? And it is a prepositional phrase, okay? The head of the phrase is the preposition. Here we have the object to the preposition, which is a noun phrase. Fan is the head, that is a noun. And then this is the determiner, which is the indefinite article. All right? And with this, step by step, little by little, yeah, you get to analyze the sentence and find all the requirements by the verbs, right? Which enables you to identify those constituents that are adjuncts.